So, did we already introduce ourselves? Should we do it again for real? Who's gonna start? Peter.
Hi, I'm Peter Chan, and I'm the lead artist.
You drew that painting right there, right?
Yes, I did, yes.
Okay.
I'm Larry Ahern, lead animator.
You killed that bird.
And I think that was a Leela scene.
Oh, okay.
She's the animal killer.
I like the mustache trees in that last shot, Peter. I'm Tim Schaefer, co-project leader of this lovely game.
And I am Dave Grossman, other project leader and designer and writer along with Tim of this lovely game.
That should have been our titles, co and other.
Co and other, yeah.
Clint Déjantés, one of the composers.
Peter McConnell, one of the composers.
Nice. The game has begun, you guys. Okay, so we saw the lovely, what's the name of that classical music that plays during the opening?
Rossini, William Tell Overture. It's the quiet part of the William Tell Overture.
There's two classical pieces that mean morning in cartoons.
Yes, there's that one, and then there's, and the other one is, that's from, where is that from?
I don't remember.
It might be Peer Gynt or something like that. That's a good guess.
It's not another place in the Rossini, is it?
No, I think it's Peer Gynt. I think.
But for that opening scene with the music, we actually got the score and sequenced the ink into the MIDI sequencer.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the big panning sequences, like wide pieces of art for the game.
Oh, the room shot? It was a double room.
Mm-hmm. And I noticed there's a poster with an L from Laverne and Shirley on that poster back there.
Here's one of our giant animation scenes.
How did you lip sync back then? Because we didn't have any like tool. Nowadays we use a tool for lip syncing. Do you just by hand?
I think we just timed it out like the old-fashioned timing sheets.
Now that was for the cinematics, but for in-game, wasn't it Eric Wilmunder?
I thought it just blah 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 chatter.
I think the in-game was just on-off with audio on-off.
Yeah, there's no actual lip syncing for the majority of the game,
so
which is funny since I have gotten many compliments on the lip syncing for this game over the years.
Because you know it loops around, and every percentage of the time it's on, right?
Well, because I remember Eric.
Yeah, I think Eric designed some kind of an algorithm for making the lips move to the level of volume.
Yeah.
Right.
Now this is the first fight I had with Peter McConnell. Do you remember this, Peter?
Yes, I was gonna.
You were gonna mention that?
If you were gonna remember it.
Because the opening cutscene was too long, and we always had a problem with too long opening cutscenes. So we were like, let's split it in half and put an interactive sequence. So there's an interactive sequence that's about to start. But I seem to remember it was the wrong time of day for you because it's nighttime outside. It started in the daytime with the mutation scene, then it became nighttime.
Right.
But then what happened? Then it turned into daytime at the end. That's what bothered you because the music couldn't make that transition in your mind.
Yeah, well, I think mostly I was crabby because you know we had to. The cutscenes and the interactivity required a bunch of programming in iMuse, and I'd finished it one way, and then you changed it to another, and so I think I came up with some sort of artistic argument that had to do with daylight like that, but
that's an important thing to learn running a project, to not change things after someone spent hours and hours making something.
Well, it was also an important thing to learn not to step way out of your bailiwick and tell the guy who's writing the scene how to write the scene.
Oh, there are bailiwicks all over the place in this game.
Laverne's covering that territory. I'm not leaving this motel until I find those tentacles. It's not in a wrapper. Spearmint, my favorite. Aha! A secret passage. This is all too easy.
Laverne, how'd you get upstairs?
Am I upstairs? I got lost.
Seen any tentacles?
What's a tentacle?
Oh, just something I whipped up in my spare time. Made good pets,
This is all your fault, Bernard.
Behold, children.
Okay, am I right? Okay, am I right? Or is this is finally the game starting? That the game, all of that was intro.
Right, all that was intro.
The game has now finally begun. And then as soon as you walk off screen, we freeze again for another cutscene. Ah, okay, now we're playing.
So the original cutscene was like 7 minutes before.
And before we added that brief, tiny introduction to, we always were wrestling with that. I felt in adventure games, like you want to tell the story and set it up for.
Yoo-hoo! Dr. Fred? The plans! The plans! Now, where did Dr. Fred go? Hey, aren't you Weird Ed Edison, the paramilitary nut?
Why, yes, Hey, do I know you?
Yeah.
My...
So you gave up the crazy military commando thing?
Now I collect stamps.
That's quite a nice collection.
No, they mean a lot to me. Sometimes
Nice hamster. Does he do tricks?
No, he just sits there. I used to have a really smart hamster, but something happened to him.
What happened to the old hamster?
I don't remember. When I try, all I can think of is a flash of light.
What was?
It was sort of like...
That hamster really should get...
Well, Dad puts him to work down in the basement. And then he gets cold. And then he refuses to...
Your dad or the hamster?
Are you making fun of me?
No, I
get upset when people make fun of me.
I just meant...
Oh, it makes me so... Relax. I want to relax. I'll be okay if I just focus on my step.
Are all your hobbies?
I don't have any other hobbies.
I remember when I was trying to figure out and come up with the style, you know, it was back in those days we didn't really have Google internet search stuff. So, you know, all we had were 2 books that I studied from, and that was a Bugs Bunny book, compilation kind of thing, and Chuck-a-Muck, which was Chuck Jones's bio book. And I remember to do research we had to use VHS tapes. And we watched all those classic Saturday morning cartoon stuff, and we would pause and look at, or for me, I was studying and looking at these old cartoons, and except when you pause on a VHS, you always get the line.
Tracking.
Oh, it was awful.
Yeah.
But that was how I was studying and trying to come up with, you know, shapes and just study layout. And then, yeah, it worked out.
Oh, you've only got 64K of memory. Jeepers!